Welcome. I often reflect on the path to success, and there's always one essential element that stands out: the pure determination to act. It's like steering a ship. You can have the best vessel and an exceptional crew, but if you don't set a direction and move forward with intention, you'll simply drift aimlessly. Today, I want to talk about the art of striving and rising above the ordinary to achieve the extraordinary. Imagine for a moment someone with unwavering will, someone like you or me, standing at a fork in the road. Every day, we face these forks, moments where our choices define who we are. And in those moments, it's not just about choosing, it's about choosing right. I'm not talking about what to have for breakfast. I mean the decisions that scare us, the ones that push us hard out of our comfort zone. You see, there's a powerful energy within each of us, one that often goes untapped. It's our ability to force ourselves to act, even when we feel like postponing or running away. Think back to the last time you really didn't want to do something. Maybe it was an uncomfortable conversation or a project that felt impossible. We've all been there, right? That moment where it's easier to say, "I'll do it tomorrow." But here's the thing. Tomorrow becomes the next day, and then another. And before we know it, what once seemed small becomes a heavy burden. In those moments, the difference between progress and stagnation is one thing: action. Action is the foundation of every achievement. It's not enough to have talent or knowledge. What matters is using that knowledge, channeling that talent. You could have the intellect of a genius, but without action, it's like owning a library full of books you never read. So how do we use that energy? How do we push ourselves to act, especially when it's hard? Well, that's the real journey we're on today. It's about understanding the purpose behind every effort and learning to live with the discomfort that comes with growth. Because let me tell you something, growth and comfort don't go hand in hand. I want you to think of a goal, a dream, something you've been putting off. Keep that in your mind as we dive into this message. Because today isn't just about ideas or words. It's about transformation. It's about turning "I can't" into "I will." And believe me, the magic happens in the journey between those two. So let's dive in. Let's discover how to activate that inner energy, redirect our path, and truly sail toward our dreams. Remember, it's not just about the destination. It's about the journey. And this journey, my friends, is about discovering the immense power of self-discipline, that force that moves mountains and transforms lives. This path isn't for the weak-willed. It's for those ready to roll up their sleeves, look within, and do the hard work, the work most avoid. But we are not like the rest. We're the ones who face challenges head-on and say, "Now, I'm stronger than you." I'm not saying it's going to be easy. If it were, everyone would do it. But I assure you, it will be worth it. Because on the other side of sacrifice, of disciplined effort, is the life you've always imagined, a life where you control your destiny. Don't be a victim of your circumstances. Let's begin this journey with an open mind and a willing heart. Let's commit to ourselves, to our dreams, and to the unwavering will to make it happen, no matter the obstacles. The only limits that exist are the ones we place on ourselves. Break those barriers and rise. This isn't just about reaching the goal. It's about the person you become in the process. It's about the strength you build, the wisdom you gain, and the character you develop. So tell me, are you ready to take that first step? Are you willing to push yourself until you make it? I believe you are, and I believe you will. Let's take on this mission together, step by step, day by day, until we reach the fullest version of ourselves. Self-discipline, my friends, is the silent engine behind every success. It's the inner fire that gets us up on cold mornings, when everything seems to go against us. It's that flame that keeps us going when everything else says, give up. It's not just a trait, it's a way of life. Imagine just for a moment, a world where everyone practiced perfect self-discipline. Just imagine, people keeping every promise they made to themselves, hitting goals, changing their lives. I know what you're thinking. That world sounds perfect, maybe even unrealistic. But here's the secret. That world starts with you. It begins the moment you decide to take control. Self-discipline is about taking responsibility. It's about making decisions, not excuses. It's saying no to what destroys you, and yes to what helps you evolve. It's about making a commitment to yourself and keeping it. It's easy to act when others are watching, but true self-discipline shows up when no one is looking. It's in those quiet moments that your true character is revealed. The rewards of self-discipline go far. Now I pause to tell you something important. If this message is resonating with you, and you want to go even deeper into your personal growth, I invite you to visit my website, thepowerofyourmindx.com. The link will be in the description of the video. There you will find more speeches like this, designed to inspire you and help you transform your life. And now, we continue. Beyond external achievements, they include the peace of knowing you have control over your actions, the pride of looking back and knowing you did what you said you would, the confidence that grows every time you keep a promise to yourself. And that confidence, my friends, is priceless. It touches every area of your life, lighting it up like the morning sun. But self-discipline is also a challenge. It's like a muscle. It needs constant training. And like any muscle, it gets tired. It strains. But that's just a sign it's getting stronger. Every time you push through the urge to quit, you're not just getting closer to your goal. You're building character. You're proving to yourself that you can handle the hard things. Think about the last time you truly gave it your all. Maybe you worked late. Maybe you resisted a temptation that would have ruined your progress. How did you feel afterward? Tired, maybe, but also full of energy. That feeling. That's the power of self-discipline. It also means delaying gratification. Seeing the big picture. Understanding that the pain of effort today is nothing compared to the pain of regret tomorrow. It's choosing lasting satisfaction over temporary comfort. That's where many people fail, mistaking what's easy for what's right. But not you. You're here to choose what's right, no matter how hard it is. Remember, discipline doesn't mean living with restriction. It means living with balance, knowing when to give it your all and when to recharge. Listening to your body, your mind, and your heart. Finding harmony. When you master self-discipline, you don't just control a habit, you control your life. And mastering it doesn't mean you'll never fail. We're all human. It's about how you respond when you stumble. Do you let it stop you? Or do you use it as a step forward? Every mistake, every setback, is a chance to practice, to rise stronger. So let's move forward with the determination to strengthen our self-discipline, day by day, choice by choice. Together, we can make the impossible possible. Let's shift our focus to two of our biggest enemies, procrastination and laziness. They're not just annoyances, they're thieves of time, of progress. They hide behind the temptation of later or someday. But listen closely. Later is a dream killer, and someday steals your potential. Sometimes we feel stuck, going in circles without moving forward. But here's the good news. Just as we fall into that cycle, we also have the power to break free from it. The key is action. Deliberate. Immediate action is the antidote to procrastination, the silent enemy called laziness. I know what you might be thinking. It's hard to get started. And you're absolutely right, starting is often the biggest challenge. But don't forget, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. It's all about moving, even if it's just a little. You don't need to make a giant leap, just a small step forward. The magic lies in the momentum you generate with that first step. It's like pushing a car that's completely still. The first push takes all your energy, but once it starts moving, each push becomes easier. So, how do you start? Start by setting clear and exciting goals. Goals that light you up inside. When you have a vivid goal, your focus sharpens, and procrastination loses its grip. Break that goal into tiny, almost unmissable tasks. Make them so easy, your mind can't make excuses. That's the strategy. Make the next step so accessible that your brain can't say no. That way, procrastination has no entry point. And laziness? Laziness feeds on the absence of a strong why. You need a reason so powerful, so meaningful, that it pulls you out of your comfort zone without hesitation. That why must be like a lighthouse guiding you through the fog of apathy, constantly reminding you why you started this path in the first place. But it's not just about external goals. It's about self-respect. Every time you choose action over delay, you're building that self-respect. You're telling yourself, I'm worth the effort. My dreams are worth it. Believe me, there's no greater satisfaction than looking in the mirror and knowing you kept a promise to yourself. That kind of self-respect builds empires. It changes lives. And we also have to consider our surroundings. What surrounds you deeply influences how you behave. Surround yourself with visual reminders of your goals. Spend time with people who inspire you. Create a space that promotes productivity. Make starting easier and giving up harder. Your environment should be fertile ground for success. And don't underestimate the power of routine. A clear and well-structured routine becomes a shield against laziness and indecision. When you know exactly what comes next, you save mental energy for creativity and progress. Overcoming these obstacles isn't about brute force. It's also about understanding. Ask yourself, what am I avoiding by procrastinating? Often, this behavior is rooted in fear. Fear of failure, success, or change. Face those fears. Master them. Take back control. And if you fall, don't be hard on yourself. We all stumble. What matters is not staying down, but learning and rising stronger. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small. Every step forward, every victory over laziness is a step towards something greater. The true foundations of success are often invisible. I'm talking about habits, those small daily routines that seem insignificant, yet over time, they completely shape your life. Habits are like threads in a giant tapestry. Individually, they may seem minor, but together, they create the full picture of your life. The quality of your habits defines the quality of your life. Good habits build a strong and beautiful life. Bad habits create a weak and chaotic one. How many days do we live on autopilot? We wake up, follow a routine, and suddenly the day is over. Now imagine if all those routines aligned with your goals. That is the power of intentional habits. So how do we build good habits? It all starts with awareness. You must observe your life with curiosity. What habits do you have right now? Do they push you forward or hold you back? That awareness is the first step to real transformation. Then, begin with small changes. Don't try to reinvent your life overnight. That's like lifting a weight you're not yet ready to carry. Instead, start with small, sustainable actions. Want to work out more? Walk for 10 minutes a day. You don't need an hour at the gym. Small wins create momentum, and momentum leads to big results. Forming new habits isn't just about adding. It's also about letting go, unlearning, leaving behind patterns that no longer serve you. And here's where discipline comes in, choosing what benefits you long term. even if it's not comfortable in the moment. Remember, comfort is often the enemy of growth. And when it comes to growth, don't forget consistency, the secret ingredient. It's not what you do occasionally that shapes your life. It's what you do consistently. It may require sacrifices. Waking up earlier, turning off the TV, focusing deeply. In the moment, those things seem hard, but they are the very choices that bring you closer to your dreams. And you don't have to do this alone. Surround yourself with people who already live the habits you want to adopt. We are social creatures, and we influence one another. Being around discipline makes it easier to embody it. Habits don't just change what you do. They transform who you are. Every time you choose action, you tell yourself, "This is who I am." You become someone who takes action, who values consistency, who seeks excellence. That identity gets reinforced with every decision, naturally pulling you toward success. But let's be honest, change is hard. Old habits don't disappear easily. There will be days when you fall, and when that happens, remember why you started. Reconnect with your vision, your goal, your dream. Every habit, no matter how small, is a step toward that vision. And if you stumble, don't punish yourself. Growth is never a straight line. It has highs and lows. What matters isn't the fall. It's having the courage to rise again. Every time you do, you strengthen your character, your commitment, your self-discipline. Your routine, in turn, is the structure that holds your habits together. It gives rhythm to your life. It allows you to introduce new behaviors and release the ones that no longer serve you. Think of it as the scaffolding that supports you while you build your best self. That scaffolding holds and guides you as you move forward in creating new habits. Be patient with yourself. Habits aren't forged overnight. They require consistency, repetition, and commitment. But the rewards are worth every ounce of effort. Imagine waking up one day and realizing those practices that once felt difficult now flow naturally. That is the true sign of inner progress. Embrace the power of habits. Understand they can be tools that drive you forward or anchors that hold you back. So choose your habits consciously. Care for them, nurture them with intention, and watch as they gradually reshape your reality. Step by step, habit by habit, you'll build a life aligned with your dreams. As we close this part of the reflection, hold on to this thought. Your current habits are shaping your tomorrow. Every daily decision, every routine you choose to follow is writing the chapters of your story. Let it be a story of growth, of success, of becoming your best self. With the right habits, there are no real limits to what you can achieve. Let's continue building them with intention, day by day, until they lead us to the life we've envisioned so many times. Now, as we walk this path of personal growth and habit formation, we inevitably face challenges. It's as if life tests every new step we take. But I invite you to view those challenges from a new perspective. What if, instead of seeing them as barriers, we saw them as opportunities? Challenges are a necessary part of the process. They're like weights in the gym. Without lifting them, we don't build strength. Every obstacle is an invitation to grow, to refine your skills, to expand your potential. Think of humanity's greatest achievements in science, art, business. Were they born out of comfort? No. They were forged in the fire of adversity and the necessity to rise beyond limits. So how do we transform a challenge into an opportunity? It all begins with mindset. If we face challenges with fear, they become walls. But if we approach them with the intent to learn, they become stepping stones. The key lies in asking powerful questions. What can I learn from this? How can I grow through this experience? Let me tell you something. The most successful people aren't those who avoid obstacles. They're the ones who face them, analyze them, and use them as fuel to rise higher. They understand that behind every struggle lies the chance to become wiser, stronger, more resilient. Of course, I won't lie to you. Walking through challenges with courage isn't easy. It requires bravery, determination, and the willingness to leave your comfort zone. But right there, at the edge of that discomfort, is where true transformation begins. Adaptability is also essential. In a world that's constantly evolving, your ability to adjust your direction is crucial. With every obstacle, ask yourself, what new approach could I try? What fresh strategy can I implement? Being flexible in your thinking allows you to turn roadblocks into stepping stones. And never forget, no one achieves great things alone. Surround yourself with people who uplift you. Seek guidance from mentors. Listen to friends. Lean on those around you. Their experience might be the fuel you need during difficult moments. After each challenge, take time to reflect. What went well? What could be improved? Reflection turns experience into wisdom. And that wisdom is gold for the road ahead. Let's move forward with this belief. Challenges aren't punishments. They're disguised gifts. They are the furnace where our greatest strengths are forged. Diamonds are created under pressure. And so are the most powerful parts of our character. Approach every new challenge not with fear, but with anticipation. See it as a question waiting for an answer, a puzzle awaiting a solution, and as you solve it, celebrate the growth it brings. Acknowledge your progress and let those victories define your path. Because yes, challenges can be walls, or they can be stairs. You choose. With the right mindset, there is no obstacle too big, no hardship strong enough to stop you. Together, let's embrace our trials, turn them into opportunities, and allow this process to transform us from within. And as we now stand at the threshold of a new chapter in our lives, remember this. What matters is not just what we've heard today, but what we decide to do with it. This is your moment. The moment to take a decisive step toward the life you've imagined. It's time to put what you've learned into action. Discipline, the power of positive habits, the ability to turn every challenge into an opportunity, all of that, you already carry inside you. So what step can you take today, no matter how small, that brings you closer to your dream? Setting a new goal, making a plan, breaking an old pattern. Whatever it is, the most important thing is to start. Move forward with clarity and purpose. Remember, a journey of 1,000 kilometers begins with a single step, and each of those steps, no matter how small, brings you closer to the life you truly want. Embrace the journey with all its curves, triumphs, and setbacks. Every experience is an opportunity for growth. Every challenge overcome shapes you, molds you, and brings you closer to your best self. Success isn't a straight line, it's a road full of lessons. And you're ready to walk it. Hold on to the purpose that brought you here. Let it be your daily motivation, your constant drive. Within you already lives the strength, the courage, and the power to create real change. Not just in your life, but in the lives of those around you. This isn't an ending, it's a beginning. The start of a life filled with intention, passion, and a commitment to excellence. Carry everything you've discovered today and turn it into momentum. Go out there and start building the life you know you deserve. For your growth, for your transformation, and for the unforgettable story you're about to write. This is your journey, and it will be extraordinary. If this message inspired you, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our motivational speeches. Every week, we upload content that can help you transform your life. See you in the next video.